Hello my dear students, this video is for class 9 computer application chapter number 2 elementary concept of object and classes. What is an object? In the last video we have already learned about object oriented programming. In object oriented programming the attempts are made to break a task into components called objects. Now these objects are the basic elements of the object oriented programming and are also known as the entities. Objects are of two types, real world object and software object. Now what is a real world object? Real world objects is the one that we experience or use in our daily life. It can be both living and non-living. Now how to identify a real world object? Real world object will have some features. Number one, it is visible to us. Number two, it has definite shape and size. Number three, it can be brought into thoughts and figures. For example, we can say that a table is a real world object as it has all the features like it is visible, it is having a definite shape and size, and we can describe a table. Every object contains some characteristics and behavior. Now we will take an example of a real world object, a mobile. A mobile can be defined as a real world object. Then the characteristics of mobile are model, dial pad, app, color, etc. Characteristics, they are the features. Next, behaviors. Behaviors are, that is, it is used to talk, it is used to browse internet, it is also used for net banking. Behavior also means what is the use of the mobile. Next, what is a software object? Object that is created while writing a Java program is called a software object. It is a combination of data and function. The last sentence tells the difference about the real world object and the software object. The characteristics and behavior of real world object are referred as data members and member functions or methods of software object. Now, in the figure, you can see that in real world object, we have characteristics and behavior, whereas in software object, we have data members and functions. The difference among both real world and software is characteristics of real world object becomes data members of software object, whereas behavior of real world object become functions of software object. Example of a software object. Here a student can be defined as a software object. Then what are the data members of student? Names, subjects, marks, etc. And the function or method will be accept and display. Accept here means to accept the data of the student and display means to display the data of the student. Taking one more example, let us say that we are having a class called dog. Then the data members will be breed, size, age, color, etc. Whereas the methods or functions will be eat, sleep, sit, run. It should be noted here that after the function or method, circular bracket should be put. This is how we can show function or method for software object. Next, we are having a comparative study. In the diagram, you can see that we are comparing here real world object book to the software object student. Now, the characteristics of the real world object becomes the data member of the software object. For book, we can say that the characteristics are chapters, pages, topics, etc. And the data members for a student will be names, subject, marks, etc. Similarly, behavior of the real world object will become the function of the software object. So what are the behaviors of the book? Used to read, used to prepare notes, etc. And what are the functions of the student? That is to accept data and to display the data. So from this, it should be clear that the characteristics or state of real world object will become the data members of software object, whereas behaviors of real world object will become functions of software object. Message passing. What is a message passing? Objects can interact with each other. This object interact through behaviors or function, and this process is known as message passing. It is applicable for both real world and software objects. In short, I can say that objects can communicate or interact with each other, and this process is known as message passing. Next important topic, class. What is a class? Class is a blueprint or template for its object. I repeat, class is a blueprint or template for its object. Class describe the characteristics and behavior for the similar types of object. This means that in a class, few characteristics and behavior will be defined, and all the objects will automatically get those characteristics and behavior. Here we are taking an example of class, say fruit. Then mango and apple are the objects of this class fruit. Characteristics defined in the class for here we are taking the example of class fruit. So characteristics will be color, taste, shape, etc. And the behavior of what is the purpose of fruit or what is the use of a fruit. It is used for making juice, used for festive occasions, or used in breakfast. Creating an object of a class. We have already seen that class defines characteristics and behavior. Now, how to create an object from a class? The process of creating an object is known as instantiation. I repeat, when an object of a class is created, that process it is known as instantiation. And we have already seen that a class can have any number of objects or a class can have many objects. Syntax of how to create an object: class name, object name is equal to new class name. Fruits, apple is equal to new fruits. Here, apple is the object of the class fruits. New keyword is used here for allocating space in the dynamic memory for storage of an object. Again, I'm repeating, it is an important topic. New keyword. What is the use of new keyword here? New keyword is used for allocating space in the dynamic memory for storage of an object. Now let us take few examples of real world class and object. Here I have taken an example of class car. So some of the characteristics and behavior defined in this class car are color, model, behavior, journey, and demo. Let us take an example of two objects, say Honda and Nano. These are the two objects of the class car. Now, as you can see in the table, characteristics of Honda and Nano will be different. Color and model number will be different for Honda and Nano, but behavior will remain the same. You can use a car for journey or for just taking a demo. So this means the characteristics can be different for different objects, but their behavior remains the same. Let us take one more example. Now here we are taking the flower as a class. So flower as a class is having two objects, say rose and lily. Again, we can see that rose and lily will have different characteristics, whereas their behavior is common. That is, they can be used for decoration, for making a garland, or for worship. Since the behavior is common, how we will know that which particular object is using a particular behavior? For that, we have to write a sentence like rose dot decoration. Rose dot decoration here means we are using the characteristics of rose for decoration, or a rose will be used for decoration. When I say lily dot worship, it means we are going to use the characteristics of lily for the worship, or we are going to use lily for the worship. Just to know, you should know about these few words, that is state, behavior, and identity. State, it means the properties of an object, that is characteristics. Characteristics can also be known as state. Next, behavior. It is represented by methods of an object. It also reflects the relationship of an object with another object. We have already seen what is the meaning of a behavior. Last one, identity. Identity means a unique name, or how can we identify an object uniquely, and it enables one object to interact with the other objects. Now let us take an example of software class and object. Here I have taken employee as a class. So the data members of this class is name and department, and the methods are accept data and display data. So let us take an example of two objects, say staff 1 and staff 2. As you can see in the table, staff 1 and staff 2 both are having different characteristics or data members. Name, staff 1 name Amar, staff 1 department accounts, staff 2 name Suresh, and staff 2 department LD shop. That means data members are different for both the objects staff 1 and staff 2, but the member methods of function it remains the same, that is accept data and display data. Let us take one more example. Here I have taken an example of class product, and TV set and cooler are the two objects of the class product. TV set and cooler, they are having different data member, that is quantity and rate, but their member method remains the same. Input value, calculate, display. Input value here means to take the input of the quantity and rate. Calculate here means to calculate the final amount. For example, quantity of cooler is 2 and rate is 8,000. So the final amount will be 2 into 8,000. And display to finally display the amount. Now, since both the objects are having same member methods, so how do we identify which object is using which member method? So here look at the statement cooler dot input val. Cooler dot input value here means what? We are going to accept the quantity and the rate of the cooler, that we are going to take the input of quantity and rate of cooler. Similarly, TV set dot display here means that we are going to display the amount of TV set. That means we are going to calculate first the amount and then we are going to display only the amount of TV set and not the cooler. Coming on to a very important topic, class as an object factory. Why class is known as an object factory? Everyone know that factory is a place where similar kind of things are created. Similarly, in a class we can produce various objects containing common attributes and behavior. Hence, it is called an object factory. We have already seen that in a class we may have any number of objects. That is, a class is used for creating objects, and so class is known as an object factory. Example, while creating a house, first a blueprint or map of a house is prepared and we can create many objects from the same map. Similarly, in a class we define many characteristics and behavior. From that class, we can have many objects which will follow the characteristics and behavior given in the class. In short, we can say that many objects can be created in a class, and so class is known as an object factory. Next, again an important question. Class is a user-defined data type. A class is created according to user's choice. A class is created according to user's choice. The user may create a data type and declare certain characteristics and behavior within it. This is the reason why a class is referred as a user-defined data type. A class is made according to user's choice, and so a class is known as a user-defined data type. Class is also known as a composite data type. A class includes many other data types within it, so class is said to be a composite data type. Two different questions are there in this particular slide. Number one is, why is class known as a user-defined data type? And number two, why is class known as a composite data type? Next, again an important question, why an object is known as an instance of a class? An object possesses instant variables and member method which are defined within the class. Hence, an object is called an instance of a class. We have already seen that in a class, characteristics and behavior are defined. Object have to follow that characteristics and behavior. So again, the same concept is written here, that an object possesses the instant variable and methods which are defined in the class. And so an object is called as an instance of a class. Example, an object Doberman is an instance of a class dog. Now in a class, few characteristics will be defined. Object Doberman, it will automatically have all the characteristics of the class dog. And so we can say that object is an instance of a class. Now moving on to the last topic of the chapter, very important again, difference between class and object. Number one, class is a representation of an abstraction only. Class, it actually contains some characteristics and some behavior. So it is an abstraction. Whereas object, it is a real and unique entity which is having some characteristics and behavior. Number two, class is an object producer, hence called a blueprint for a set of objects. Class produces objects. How? By using a blueprint which is set in it. Object, it is created with the use of a new operator. We have already seen the syntax for creating an object. It is created by using a new operator. Third point, class is also known as an object factory. We have already seen the reason for the same. And object, it is known as an instance of a class. With this, we end the explanation of chapter number 2. Next is the assignment part. You have to write all these questions and their answers in your copy. We have already discussed all these questions in the video. Pause the video, watch it again and try to write all the question and answers. That is the end of this chapter number 2. Thank you.